So today we're solving problems that involve the missing side lengths of similar figures. We will work with the following criteria for success. So if necessary, we're going to redraw the figures so the proportional sides correspond. So number one, redraw. Number two, we're going to classify those side lengths that are proportional with symbols or colors, so classify. And then three, we're going to use similarity to find the missing side length. So similarity. Question mark. Okay, so let's go ahead and review the problem together. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle FGH. What is the value of x in centimeters? So for two similar shapes, their angles will be congruent and their sides will be proportional. However, not just any two sides. Only corresponding sides are going to be matching sides of similar figures, and therefore they are proportional. So in the figure above, AB and GH do not correspond. They do not have a proportional relationship. AB and FG, however, so AB and FG, however, do have that relationship. So let's redraw the diagram so the corresponding sides are in the same direction. So I see that we have ABC, triangle A, B, C, and so the little pico part at the left should also be the same on the triangle FGH. So I'm going to draw it, just a little bit bigger, which that kind of corresponds. So the little pico part is F, the top point is G, the bottom point is H. And so if I put the dimensions, I see this is 9 centimeters, 12 centimeters, 15 centimeters. All I'm doing is rotating it. So this is 13.5 centimeters, X, and 18 centimeters. Alrighty, so now that our shapes are turned in the same direction, let's label those sides that correspond and therefore are proportional. So I'll label A and B, or label A, B, and G, F with the same mark because they are proportional. So I'm going to put a triangle here and a triangle here because they are proportional. And then I'm going to do the same for the other two sets of sides. So I see that this one is proportional, so I'm going to put a box, which is proportional to this side. These sides correspond. And I'm going to put a circle around here, which shows that a circle on this side means that these two sides correspond as well. So you could use different colors or different markers or different symbols, whatever is going to show the matching and corresponding sides. So now we need to use a proportional strategy to find the missing side length. I'm going to use a proportion. Let's start with a pair of proportional sides that we already have. So do you see one? I prefer to use AC and FH since they're proportional and they're all whole numbers. So I see FH and AC are corresponding sides. They have the same symbol, and because they're whole numbers, that's why I want to focus on those. And so I like to avoid decimals when I can, just to prevent any errors. Alrighty. So now we need to create a ratio that includes the missing side length and set it equal to the ratio we already have. So I see that GH matches BC. So GH and BC are this side right here. Those are corresponding sides. And that I need to use them in order to figure out what that missing side length is. So how should I make my ratio? So let's go ahead and get ready to think about how we would make our ratio. So I think this would be the original, or we could say the smaller shape. And this is the new or the second shape. So these are going to be the labels in my proportion, original and new. So go ahead and label those. And so we know that AC and FH are corresponding. They are in yellow and they match. So 12 centimeters is on the original shape, so it goes on top where I labeled original, and 18 is on the new shape, so I'm going to put it on the bottom where I labeled the new. So should my second ratio be 15 over X or the opposite? How can we tell? Well, we always need to make the ratio match the first ratio, otherwise the proportion won't work. So I see that we have the original information on the top. So that would be the 15 centimeters, which is on the original shape, would go on top. And the new the new side is X, that's missing, so that would go on bottom. And this is purely because we labeled them this way. If we had switched the labels around, then the numbers would have been switched as well. So now that we have our proportion, we can solve. let's go ahead and solve this proportion. Let's double check our answer and see if your answer matches mine. So this is 270 and 12 times x. So now that we've cross multiplied, I know our last step is to divide by the number that's next to the variable, which is 12. And so 12 on the outside, 270 on the inside. 3, bring down the 0, that's 2 minus 24, 6.0.5. So x is 22.5 centimeters, or answer choice F. So let's just stamp that we need to set up a proportion after we have first redrawn the problem, after we have set up the proportion using the ratios based on our